Suppose this is your, now let me go back to the same thing once again. This is your face. Now let me tell you whether how we'll recognize the face then, right? Again, that kernel will come, that kernel will be applied here. If kernel will be applied and convolution is going on, convolution theorem you might have studied, for two matrices, and that is a part of deep learning. That's why I'm coming out from it. So this is your kernel. Kernel is nothing but a matrix only. 2D or 3D matrix could be. It could be another valued matrix of pixel. It can be 3 by 3 or 2 by 2, 4 by 4 pixels in size, and it will be applied on this, on a specific area. It will check whether this area has some edges or not. This area has some edges or not. Apart from edges, it will detect or it will capture some more values, some more information. Apart from edges, what was the actual information of the color here, what was the actual information of the color here, what was the actual information of a color here, right? On forehead also, right? So detection was just working on the edges, however recognition is working on the surface of the surface inside the edges also. So surface means here in cheeks, here on nose, on the side of nose, on the edges of eyes, right, nearby mouth. What are the combination of face values are available, and these face value will be processed through ANN, artificial neural network. Then ANN will tune because of many weight and biasing. Those weight and biasing will identify, will give a specific meaning to those input values of these sections, and these values will be coming in X, suppose Z1 to Z10, right? Z1 to Z10. So these 10 values for Saurav image, Saurav's first image, Saurav's second image. Saurav has two images. Likewise, Amit is another person. Amit has one first image. Amit has second image. Many different people are available. Suppose 10 peoples were there. Z, not Z. Suppose P1 to and P2. There were 10 people. All 10 people had two images. All 10 people had two images. These images were captured, right, and through ANN it has been converted in these values, right? So how will store these values of Z1 and Z10? So there will be a feature category F is equal to, within bracket, will place Z1 to Z10, right, for Saurav's first image. Similarly, Saurav's second image would have 10 more parameters. Then Amit first and second likewise would have all the P1 till P10, or sorry, P1 P2 would have also 10 Z1 to Z10. So here we have got 20 sets, 20 samples or 20 data points. Cool. Each data point has 10 features, right? So these 10 features, if we can apply this, okay, we have label also, because label is very clear, and this is what we are talking about the training side. Okay, so we are training our algorithm, and that algorithm is, suppose X algorithm we are talking about, in which features are these, and labels are Saurav, Amit, right, and then P and P. Likewise, many people had, and this was the actual label category, right? Many people were available in the database. You can increase this database also from 10 people to 20, 20 to 50. Okay, suppose now if we'll train this feature and label category with the help of X algorithm. X can be as KNN, X can be KNN, or X can be SVM, X can be decision tree, SVM, right? So it can be any algorithm. Suppose we are training these features and labels through X, and next time after training, now we have got trained variable, suppose trained variable T. So after some time, from camera that we have got an image of eye, this eye would also go with the same flow of a and n, and will get 10 values automatically. These 10 values will be processed through this trained variable, and this trained variable will give an answer whether through which these 10 values have been, matched properly, from first, from second, from third, from fourth, from second, from all the, data points that we were available, that we were having already. These 10 values of the eye image, the required image or the testing image, will be compared, or after comparison, through whichever, data point it will be matched, it will be it will be coming closer to, then the answer from this trained variable would be like this. In a matrix it will be true, and then all true and true, and then all other things will be false, 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 false. How many times false? 18 times false will be there, and 2 times, because it has matched with Saurav, suppose. Then true, true will be coming. So we need to identify where this true is coming. Where this true is coming. Suppose it is coming on 0th index. So let us see what is available on 0th index of label. So 0th index of label will be Saurav. Then Saurav's image is being recognized. It means Saurav was available in I. So this is the flow of your recognition for today's class. So we'll start by handling the images which are coming from camera, and then we'll work on the databases of these people: Saurav, Amit, Shubham, XYZ, right? So for all such peoples, we'll be collecting the images, we'll train the data, we'll see whether how many values are coming, and the live image which is coming from camera will be compared with the databases, and we'll see whether how many of the live image coming from camera is compared with which particular database of image, right? And through this method, whichever database images actually compared and matched together, in return of that particular function will get true at that particular place. We'll get to know about the location of that place of true, and we'll get the same index value in the label, and that will be the answer perfectly. Then after this process, there could be a discussion about increasing the accuracy of this model, increasing the speed of this model, increasing the databases in backend automatically of this model, right? That is called as self-learning also. That is called as, even you can say, transfer learning is one of the topic. It is called as transfer learning also. So how can we apply transfer learning as well after completing this topic? So all such terms will be covered. So let me know if you have a question till now, and then we'll go ahead while implementing this thing now that I have discussed on this screen in Python, and we'll see what kind of results will be coming up. Is that okay? I say transfer learning, yes. I said transfer learning, that is somewhat related to transferring your learned skills to somebody else, so that the another model should not be taking equal amount of time for learning the same thing that another model has learned, right? Back propagation working, okay. For that I need to go back to that ANN part. I need to go back to ANN part. If thank you. See, in back propagation, let me tell you in 2 words that if your Z1 to Z10, these 10 values are not appropriate, those are mixing to each other. These 10 values for Saurav's image, for Amit's image are coming same, right? Are coming same. Then what is the use of ANN then? And they are coming same because the weight and biasing are not proper. So you need to change those weight and biasing. So back propagation is nothing but a particular iteration process. You should iterate that complete model of ANN number of hidden layers, input layer and output layer, the combination of or the values of weight and biasing again and again in such a way so that values of output layer of Z1 to Z10 and of Saurav and Amit and other people must be at least differentiating at some scale. If it is what's an artificial neural network? What is ANN? Artificial neural network, man. Well, I'm going ahead. I'll take your questions after this particular discussion. I believe how much image is good to train a model for. I believe only 20 pixels, 20 by 20, 400 pixels are enough. It's not about high resolution of image. It's about the content in the image. If your content is not good, then there's no use of resolution of an image to be big. And further also, let me tell you, for AI, that image would have maximum 16 by 16 pixels, or even more than that if you'll talk about 24 by 24 pixels only. Give any range, any resolution, 5000 by 5000 pixels resolution is coming from camera, but still ANN or CNN or I would say pre-processing will convert that huge size of image to 24 by 24 pixels only. And that is the art, that is the only art, that how to convert high resolution image with same amount of information, with highest value of information into 24 by 24 of the pixels. Please guide us on the laptop configuration for terms of GPU TPU. I'll tell you, no issues. If I'll have time, I'll surely tell you in the end. So let me go ahead. Then how many images are required to train the image? Still, there is no such prefix value for this answer for this question for the accuracy label of the model. But I would say at least thousands of images must be training. With thousands of images, you'll get at least an accuracy of 80 to 85% of the model. If you want to increase more accuracy with thousands of images only, then you can work on better on weight and biasing or tuning parameters of each algorithm. There's an algorithm called MLP classifier, multi-layer perceptron. I didn't go with multi-layer perceptrons, backpropagation, iterations, right? Many other topic or terms were there in deep learning. So I came back just because like I thought I'm losing time and I should go for completing the topics as well. So now I'm going ahead, and if we'll get some time, I'll surely come to the topic once again. If data is coming continuously, should I go ahead? I hope you'll get even little more clarity that whatever your question is up to. See, if I'm sitting in front of camera and I'll get 25 frames per second. This is the speed of any particular camera in real time. 25 frames per second, right? 20 for color images it is 25, for black and white it is 16. 16 frames will be coming per second, and you will see that a speed of frames as continuous video only, right? So 25 frames is coming up every second. So your question is that after 10 seconds, suppose we have got 250 images, or after a minute we have got some, suppose, thousands of images, will that be enough? Yes, there will be enough, but see whether all your angles, all your attire, suppose you are wearing mask, you are having specs, complexion level of each person will be different, right? The background that you have is similar to what your face is. Your face is not coming with dark light background or dark background. Your face is covering with something else, or maybe your light in a room is not appropriate coming onto your face. So there could be number of analysis of the images, isn't it? So if enough, if you can get those type of data easily in continuous frame, it is good. Otherwise, try to prepare that data set on different time levels, in evening, in morning, at different levels, and at different places also. Try to click some images in bus stop, or at a road also, right? At different places as well, in hospital, in classes, in many moods, right? Suppose you are fighting with someone, then also you click some images. So every time you'll have different perspectives. So try to collect amount a huge amount of data, as huge as possible, and try to try to extract the important one from that only. You think, suppose thousands of images are not thousands of images are not relevant out of 1 lakh of images, okay, leave it, right? Even though you did a hard job to click those photographs in real, but it's okay, right? So after all, you should get the variety of data. You should get the accuracy of data, authentic data. Don't think about the size of data, right? Size of data is different thing. Category of data, or the authenticity of data is more important, way important than the amount of data then. Okay, so let me remove this. And let's go ahead for implementing this thing, right?